Whoa, what is... Got some new lights. It's fun. Just adjusting on this app. It's so fancy. I can't believe that YouTube sent me chicken soup for the Teenage Soul book. Well, maybe there's a hidden message in here we have to discover. The power of love. You can give without loving, but you cannot love without giving. Just kidding, here it is. Ooh, let's put it up on the wall. Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about 5 things that I learned in my 30s. Why? Well, at age 30 is when I started uploading to YouTube full-time and decided to truly go for it. 30 is also the age where media and society likes to tell us that we've peaked, we're starting out our descent, we're slowing down, becoming lazy, getting fat, inability to learn a new language, losing muscle, worsening athletic performance, and cardiovascular health. The purpose of this video is to disregard those discouraging ideas and instead encourage by showing you some of the things that I've learned in my 30s. So the things that I've learned are things I've had to work at day in, day out, weekly, monthly, not just like metaphorically. I've learned I need to reach for the moon because even if I miss, I'll land amongst the stars. Basically, I'm not just going to regurgitate things I've seen in a self-help book. And again, the purpose of me telling you about my accomplishments isn't to brag, boast, or make me feel better about myself. It's so we can realize that there's always excuses. We can always justify our inaction and come up with reasons why we can't. Sure, we might not become the best or even competitive, but we can always become better, and that process is really fun. Trying new things rewires our brains and allows us to think in the ways we've never thought before. First item on the list is I've learned how to film, edit, take photos, and make videos. I've had no formal training whatsoever. In university, I studied kinesiology and then got my teacher's degree. I taught for 2 years, then I was a vice principal for 2 years, and then I quit that in my 30s to do this full time, make videos and do YouTube. Item number 2, and that is how to run. I know it sounds kind of weird, something that you think you already know how to do. However, I've always hated running my whole life. I enjoyed sports, but hated actually running. And this changed back in 2018 when I met a guy named Josh from Australia. And he's told me just to slow down, treat it like you're sightseeing or hiking or something like that. And ever since then, I've enjoyed that process. But since then, learned how to actually run properly without injury. I read the book Born to Run, and they say in that book, 80% of runners get some sort of injury through a heel strike, which causes impact in your knee, your hip, your back, and then you have to take a bunch of time off. So this year I spent a lot of time improving my form, removing the heel strike. That's caused me to remove my speed, and now I'm in the best cardiovascular fitness I've ever been in my entire life. Lowest resting heart rate, even lower than when I was playing competitive soccer in my early 20s in university. Item number 3, and that is languages. Now the excuses for this particular one probably run the deepest. People have all sorts of reasons why we can't learn a language, and I'm no different. I do have lots of excuses as well, and I'm not fully fluent in a second language. So I can hardly say that this one even deserves to be on the list. However, I did spend 4 years in China where I spent a lot of time taking lessons online and learning how to speak Chinese. So now I can get by there and speak conversationally.
现在他们是大人，我们为他们感到自豪，是一非常重要的儿子。
I spent 4 months in South America last year and spent 30 hours doing Zoom lessons during quarantine. So I'm feeling a bit more confident in Spanish as well. So that is an ongoing process. Definitely not there yet. I don't think I'll ever be quite there, but it has been really fun and it's a very tough challenge. Number 4, how to shuffle. Okay, I gotta show you this. Oh gosh, I'm so bad at this still. It was so foreign and it hurt my brain to move my body like that, and still it's cringe to watch, but you know, it was a blast. It was fun. TikTok, watch out, here I come. Shuffle tutorials on their way. Okay, you know what? We can't even count that. I'm gonna scratch that. No one in their right mind would ever say that I can actually shuffle. So let's talk about a goal that I've had for actually a very long time, and that is to be able to double backflip off a cliff into water. Last year in Australia, I met up with a friend. He's a lifeguard and he worked at an Olympic diving pool. We all hired a coach to watch us jump off this diving board, and the water bubbles so it doesn't hurt when you land in it, like if you slap on your back or something. So I had the opportunity to finally learn then. And then I did my first one off a waterfall in Australia, and then I've done a few since. Okay, and finally, number 5, and this is more of an athletic one, but we'll just combine them both together. Handstands and muscle ups. Handstands I've been working on slowly but surely through YouTube tutorials and just practice every single day. If you see my Instagram stories, you'll see that I'm practicing handstands on there all the time, and I'm still working on those. And eventually want to get to like one hands and whatnot. And muscle up, I was inspired by this guy named Mike Boyd. If you haven't seen his channel, he basically growth hacks or learn hacks, and he learns things in a really short time. I love his channel. It's so much fun. It's like basically the whole thing we're talking about right now is just learning and being open-minded to it. And he learned how to muscle up in a pretty quick time, and it's basically all technique. So I finally learned this year. I've gotten 4 in a row so far. So like I mentioned before, anyone who's looking to make videos or be in the videos, learning how to develop your own skill makes your videos so much more interesting to watch. Documenting the process of starting at 0 and working towards being good at something or even relatively capable. Think of your favorite YouTubers. How have they developed and grown their skill over the time you've watched them? Or what do they do that's kind of an aside from actually making videos? They're probably really good at something which makes them quite enjoyable to watch. Okay, bonus number 6 on the list, and it's a little bit cliche and cringe. However, I feel like it's kind of necessary to say, and it is important for making videos, putting work out there, having people critique your stuff, and it's dealing with what others think about you and just kind of your happiness in general. When you're younger and in high school, everyone judges, everyone cares what everyone does. It's a hard place to survive with fashion and sports and fitting in and trying to be popular. But when you finish, no one cares. Everyone kind of goes their separate ways, does their own thing, and develops into whoever they are. It almost sounds slightly depressing, but once you realize that no one actually cares, there's a bunch of freedom in that, and then you can finally just go and do whatever makes you happy. So no listening to societal pressures. Life's too short for that. I'm in my 30s. I'm still single. I'm sure some people judge, but to be honest, I don't think anyone cares enough. So I'm just doing what's fun and what makes me happy, traveling and exploring. Well, 2020, not so much, but soon. But yeah, as for 2021, the future of this channel, I hope to get to places more off the beaten trail. Like, you know, Pakistan, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, and even big treks and excursions like Nepal, Mongolia, places that aren't so popular. And of course, more Final Cut Pro editing tutorials on the channel. 2020's lack of an adventure has given me an extra motivation and fire to explore the globe. Right now, I'm at 66 countries and I'm really hoping to get to 100. So road to 100. But yes, 100K plaque. It's nice that YouTube recognizes these milestones. So thank you, YouTube. And of course, to you guys for watching the videos. Announcement. I will now be available on an app called Connector. This app is primarily used for video calls. Over there, I'm available for photo video lessons, chatting about travel ideas, insights into this creative industry, or just a place to chat and have a laugh. Either way, if you see a green light beside my name on that app, it means I'm free for a call. I'll also be posting some original content over there that isn't seen on my Instagram or YouTube, so feel free to download it and check it out. Lastly, massive thanks to the notification squad, the commenters, the people who leave a thumbs up before the video starts. You guys are awesome. 100K in the past, we're almost at 200K subscribers now. So hopefully 2021 will be a big year and we get to maybe 500K and beyond. Thanks for watching, all the best. See you in the next one on the gear review.